What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Feuerschwanz. Yes, indeed, Feuerschwanz Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Java Devil. I'm going to put an asterisk next to that because it was partly him and it's partly me. We're going to do something I don't normally do, but I figure since these two requests were pretty much back to back, why not just rip them both out at the same time? So this was actually my call. We're going to do an original versus revisitation. Reworking, if you will. So we got Feuerschwanz with two versions, the original and a reimagining of the song entitled Schubsetanz. Now, have I heard either of these songs before, the original or the reimagining? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, neither one of these resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard at least one of these songs in passing, and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to both of these songs and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah, like I said, Java Devil requested both of these. They were pretty much back to back. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do these, if I'm going to do one, I might as well just do the other, put them back to back, put them in the same request, and knock another request out of the queue. So I'm doing everything I can here, folks, to get this queue eliminated as quickly as possible. And I figure, you know what? If that means putting them both in the same video, I'll take the risk. It's my call. So if something goes wrong with this, if it gets blocked in any way, shape, or form, it's not on Java Devil. This one's on me. So I'll take the flak if something goes wrong here. But yeah, Java Devil requested both of these, and I figured why not? Let's knock an extra request out of the queue. Let's go for it. So the original song was posted by XX Feuerschwanz XX, and it had 7.4 million views. It'll get you there. And this is known as the black metal version of Schubsetanz, and this was posted by Napalm Records, good old Napalm Records. And that video has 215,000 views. It will also get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Feuerschwanz Schubsetanz. That's, I think, how you pronounce it. I know I got the black metal version happening after this. I'll be honest with you, folks. The number one reason why I thought about it, I was like, should I really do this? And the biggest selling point on it for me was this. Both songs, both the original and the reimagining, are just a tad over 3.5 minutes. So I was like, why not? Why not? Now, if this song, if these were like, 4.5 to 5 minutes each or longer, I probably wouldn't have done this. So, yeah, it's all right. I'm still sticking by it, though. Like I said, if something goes wrong, it's on me. It's not on Java Devil. Java Devil didn't specifically ask me to do this. I'm doing this on my own accord. So, if anything goes wrong, it's my fault. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Wir sind Krieger, richtige Kerle, doch welcher Ritter tanzt denn schon gerne? Wir hassen Salsa und Walzer und Rumba, Schubsetanz und Cha-Cha-Cha. Unsere Gene sind vorprogrammiert, wir sind per Keilereien konditioniert, sind weder Tänzer noch Akrobaten, mehr Primaten im Kindergarten. Werte Ladies, werte Lords, kennt ihr schon das Zauberwort? Ein bisschen schlagen und wieder vertragen, Schubsetanz ist Rittersport. Werter Pöbel, wertes Gesocks, aus dem Arsche zieht euch den Stock. Das ist nicht sehr fein, nur ein bisschen gemein, denn Schubsetanz ist Rittersport. Schubsetanz, 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 Schubsetanz ist Rittersport. Schubsetanz, Schubsetanz, Schubsetanz ist Rittersport. Wenn ich eines Tages vom Traualtar stehe, fahre brav in den Hafen der Ehe, könnt ihr lang auf den Hochzeitstanz warten, denn ich werde nen Pogo starten, standardjazzigen Hochzeitskapelle.
This song screams live play, in particular festival live play. This is the kind of song that's going to get a festival crowd going, like more than any other song that you could possibly think of. This is the kind of song that will absolutely get the circle pits going, without question. This song has it all. It's got the energy in spades. It's got the drive. It's got the feels in spades. It's got that upbeat feel going for it. Kind of it's got the heaviness, but at the same time, it's got that uplifting feel as well. It's not a complex song, but it's fun. It's got the fun factor well in hand. So yeah, this song's gotta be played live. I really hope they do. I hope these guys, all the guys and gals, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, both. I hope they play the song live, especially when they play festivals, because that would make absolute perfect sense. Let's keep going. Let's finish this out, and then we'll get to the black metal version. I wonder what the difference is between the two.
Gibt es Metal aus der Hölle? Ich werde nen Helm und ne Rüstung tragen, und dann wird der Pastor fragen. Werte Ladies, werte Lords, kennt ihr schon das Zauberwort? Ein bisschen schlagen und wieder vertragen, Schubsetanz ist Rittersport. Werter Pöbel, wertes Gesocks, aus dem Arsche zieht euch den Stock. Das ist nicht sehr fein, nur ein bisschen gemein, denn Schubsetanz ist Rittersport. Drum hab ich nur noch eine Bitte. Schafft euch Platz in eurer Mitte. Wie einst Mose teilte das Meer. Schubsetanz, doch bitte knüppelt euch nicht allzu sehr.
Yep. Fun, upbeat song without question. But here's the thing. Fun and upbeat, yes. A little bit on the uplifting, lighthearted feel, yes. But the heaviness was still there. So it didn't become a parody of itself. It didn't become laughable. It didn't have the cheese factor. So that's good. Not gonna lie, there were a couple of times where it did start to kind of it never crossed the line. It never even touched the line, but there were a couple of times it started to walk toward that line, but very quickly turned around and came back again. So yeah, no issue with it. Okay, let's transition over to the other version, which I believe is called the black metal version. I believe that's the official title of it, and we'll check that out, and then we'll compare them. So we'll transition over, and I'll see you there. All right, we're back, and here we go. Feuerschwanz Schubsetanz black metal version, Napalm Records. I'm just going to go on record right now, and I'm going to make a prediction that at the end of this video, there's going to be advertisements, because Napalm Records is notorious for it. So there's no surprise. I'm going on record right now, and I'm going to say those advertisements will be there for the last 10 to 15 seconds of the video. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right about that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Feuerschwanz Schubsetanz black metal version. Exactly as advertised. What you see in the title is what you get. This is absolutely what I would classify as a reimagining. Absolutely. Taking the same song, the same notation, the same chordal progression, and just making a cut and nothing to notation. Everything that happened as far as alteration goes is happening within feel and within rhythmic placement. Some subdivision work added in, but for the most part, it's all about feel and energy and direction. It has nothing to do with changing notation whatsoever. Taking the exact same song and just making it go in a completely different direction. I like this. I do. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and this is a hot take, and I might upset a few people when I say this. I am enjoying this version more than the original from a studio standpoint. Now, having said that, if this was live, if both songs I heard were live, I can almost guarantee you I would prefer the original one more. I can almost guarantee you. This does not scream live play. I mean, I could see them doing it live, absolutely. I could see it working. I could see it happening, but nowhere near to the effect that the original would have. The original would absolutely whip a crowd, especially a festival crowd, into a frenzy. This, not so much. I think people would enjoy it. I think people in the crowd would enjoy this and would absolutely rock out to it and have a good time with it, but not like the original. So a little give and take here. When it comes to the studio presence, a studio setting, I like the reimagining. I do. But in a live setting, I have a feeling I'll enjoy the original far more. So anyway, let's get back into this. Let's see if I'm right. Are we going to have advertisements? 15. I knew it! Hold it!
Hier kommt Alex. Vorhang auf. Ich spiel die Sinne und heute Nacht bring ich dir den Beweis. Ich bin der Meister der Mut.
You can always count on Napalm Records having those advertisements. You can bank on them. Dear Lord. It was really scary though, as I called it 15 seconds. I called it. A little predictable. Anyway, how am I gonna do this? I give each one a score. Yeah, I think that makes sense. All right, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Feuerschwanz with the original and black metal version of their song entitled Schubsetanz. This was a request from Java Devil. Boy, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. It looks like I am. I'm not 100% sure that's exactly how it's pronounced, but doing my best here, folks. Okay, before I give my scores, I just want to reiterate this. Both of these songs were requested by Java Devil, and they were practically one right after the other. So Java Devil didn't specifically ask me to do this comparison. I saw that they were right next to each other in the queue. I saw how long each one was, and I said, you know what? Let's just put them both in one video. Let's knock one more request out of the queue, and let's just make it a twofer. So that's on me. If things go sour on this, when it comes to copyright and whatnot, it's not Java Devil's fault. I'll take the heat for this one. So, what I think of these songs? Well, I think the scores will pretty much say it all. So let's get to it, shall we? For the original, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.4. Yep, 7.4. I feel good about that score. And for the black metal version, I'm going to give that a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first. A 7.4 and a 7.8. What do those scores mean? Well, they both mean, believe it or not, the exact same thing. They are both getting a really good skill rating. because overall, I think they were both really good songs. They would both get 4 out of 5 stars, and they would even both get a B+ letter grade. Yeah, that's B as in boy, by the way. So yeah, a 7.4 for the original and a 7.8 for the black metal version. Really good skill ratings for both, 4 out of 5 stars for both, and a B+ letter grade for both. So it was close. It was close, but I have my reasons. I'm going to tell you all about it here, folks. Let me tell you. Okay, so the original song, I see having definitely a more uplifting feeling. Definitely more of that high energy that you especially would want from, like I said, festival play. The original screams live play, without question. It's a simple song. It's a very easy song to follow. I would even go as far as to say predictable to some extent. Like once you get through the first minute of the song, there are no surprises. The rest of the song follows suit, and there's no twists and turns. It is exactly, what you hear in the first minute is what you're going to hear for the next 2.5. Okay. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, there is not. As a matter of fact, in a live setting, like at a festival that these guys I've seen them on the channel perform at, I think this song would do exceptionally well. I really do. I think this is the type of song that would get the crowd going. It would whip the crowd into shape. You start to see the crowd kind of dying a little bit. Pull this one out. Pull this song out and play it, and I guarantee you that feeling of you're losing the crowd is going to disappear real quick. Okay? It sounds good. It's uplifting. It's fun. It is a fun tune. Not complicated whatsoever, but a lot of fun to rock out to without question. And easy to rock out with as well. Everything sounded fine. The chordal progression makes perfect sense. Melodic lines make perfect sense. Harmonic lines make perfect sense. Like I said, no twists and turns, no surprises with this song. Okay, it's just a lot of fun. Now, the black metal version, a little more complicated, a little more going for it from a songwriting standpoint, not so much from a chordal progression standpoint or from a melodic line standpoint, because they follow the exact same format. When you talk about a reimagining, this is exactly what you talk about. And this is a perfect example of what a reimagining is supposed to be. Take the same chords, take the same melodic line, take the same harmonic line, and all you do is just rework the feel. More than anything, rework the drumming and the rhythmic play happening within the guitar and bass. The subdivision, the syncopation. That's what you want to mess with more than anything else. Tempo, yeah, sure, you can mess with that too. They really didn't. Their tempo for the reimagining was pretty much the exact same as the original. What they did was they disguised it. So in the original, they're at that tempo, right? Straight ahead. Well, what they were doing the straight ahead for the original, when they were doing the reimagining, they had it at halftime. And when the original would go into double time, that would be straight time for the reimagining. So take the reimagining and basically take everything they did with the original and shift it down. So instead of straight time and double time, it was half time and straight time. A very easy way to do it, if I'm being honest. Very easy way to do it. Or you can also interpret it as this. Take the black metal version and make it halftime compared to what the original version is. That would work too. The subdivision work was a lot more intricate and a lot more challenging to follow and interesting to follow in the black metal version as opposed to the original version. The other biggest difference was the vocal approach and the voicing approach, where the original had a lot more of the, like the woodwind style instrument sounds, stuff like that in the original. Didn't really have those in the black metal version. It was much more of a black metal straight ahead, type of approach when it came to voicings. And I gotta say, I like listening to the studio version. I gotta say, I like the black metal version better than the original. I do. It's not by much, But I gotta say, I did find the black metal version to be more intriguing, a little more happening, a little more of an impressive feel to it when it came to the subdivision work, when it came to playing with feel. I felt it was a little more in depth. Now, having said that, though, if these had been 2 live performances, I think they would have been switched around. I think I would have been far more inclined to have enjoyed a live performance of the original far more than a live performance of the black metal version. That's how I can imagine it. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I'm just imagining this in my head, listening to both of these songs and imagine them in a live setting. And I gotta say, I'm leaning more toward the original as being more enjoyable. But from a standpoint of being a judge of which one's more impressive, the black metal version is more impressive, without question. Which is why the score was just a little bit higher. Now keep in mind, folks, the difference between a 7.4 and a 7.8, in the larger scope of things, it really isn't that big of a deal. The only thing that changed was that numeric score. Everything else was the same. They're both really good. They both get 4 out of 5 stars, and they even both get a B+ letter grade. So the difference between the two of them really is not that big of a deal, okay? But I gotta say, the black metal version definitely had a little more meat on the bone. So that's why it's getting a slightly higher score. Like I said, studio versions, I prefer the black metal version, but in a live setting, something tells me I would prefer the original better in a live setting. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? For the original, we have a 7.4, which is a really good scale rating, 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. And for the black metal version, we have a 7.8, which is also a really good scale rating, also 4 out of 5 stars, and also a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.